So what are the future scenarios? People talk about three likely scenarios. And this again, the research community is very divided. Scenario one is when AI gains scary effectiveness and it becomes super intelligent and it starts ruling the world. Number two, the excitement fades, but there are some applications which do deliver business benefits, will continue to deliver business benefits, and we will use AI. It stays as an important technology, but it will not take over the world. Third one is where the bubble bursts, and again we get into the disillusionment period, and people start cutting all the funding, and they'll stop talking about AI, and we all go back to where we were a few years back, and it's regular programs and regular technology we were using. So these are the three scenarios. Let's go a little bit deeper into each of these and talk about the scenarios in more detail. So number one, AI gaining scary effectiveness. So over time, we have seen AI progressing very slowly. So we've seen that it took 60, 70 years to get where it is today. And at this stage, if you compare it with insects, animals, probably you can say it is able to do some of the tasks of few animals well. And at this stage, we humans, when we look at it, we see that, it's adorable and funny, and it can do some monkey tricks. But then what happens a couple of years after that, the pace of progress of intelligence is not the same. We expect that it's going to take another 50 years to get to this level, which, by the way, this is a comic from Wait But Why. He says to get to the level of a dumb human, it will take another whatever linear path. But what actually happens is this. So AI, the pace of progress is exponential. Once it starts learning, it starts getting better and better. And there's a point where it is able to teach itself. We're already seeing cases where the program, the AI, which beat humans at Go, and some of these other games, there are later versions which was taught by the earlier versions of AI. And there are crazy timelines, like within 1 or 2 days, it learned everything that it had to learn, and it got even better. So that is the rate of intelligence progress we could expect. So very soon it will cross the level at which we are, and then it will be too late to do anything. And it will, like the Sapiens author Yuval Harari says that humans will be to AI like dogs are to humans. So then when you have a less intelligent being, which could be at times irritating, how do you treat that being? So that is the first scenario. So there are several people who have been raising alarm. Elon Musk is one of them. So he says AI is way more dangerous than nuclear weapons. And he says, why do we not have regulatory oversight? And we are letting people pretty much do whatever they want. And there are several others. Stephen Hawking has sounded the alarm. And many of these big luminaries have people working in the field have said that it is dangerous. Scenario two is where excitement fades, but there are some applications which will deliver. The Gartner hype cycle, some of you might be familiar. This is a useful framework to look at here. Any new technology, not just AI, any new technology or innovation comes in here, and then it rapidly gains interest. There are early adopters, and then we talk about the possibilities. There's a peak of inflated expectations. It goes to the top. And then most of the cases, it is not justified because people imagine and they expect it to do a lot more things. So then it again falls down into a trough of disillusionment. And many technologies die right there. They are not funded anymore. Whereas there are others which are fortunate enough to get picked up again. And there are some applications which sustain the funding and the growth, and they slowly enter the slope of enlightenment, and then they continue to be important and relevant. We have many technologies amongst us like that. And they say that every technology almost goes through a similar shape like this. So if you look at AI, this is a curve, and there are several technologies and techniques within that. We've seen some of these. So there are some like speech recognition which have gone to this right-hand side, far right, like GPUs and all of these which are powering AI. And artificial general intelligence, the singularity or AI becoming like a god is right here. Early stages, people are talking about it. Quantum computing for reference is here. So whereas if you look at auto machine learning, chatbots, conversational interfaces like Siri, Alexa, there was a lot of hype. Now they're slightly coming down. So the point here is for the second scenario, this looks likely, where you have many of these technologies going away soon, and some will go on to the right-hand side, and they will continue to be used both in our personal and the enterprise space. So people talk about the fourth industrial revolution, and many researchers are very optimistic about it, and they see how AI can improve the lives, just that if you are able to impose some right restrictions and regulatory oversight. Number 3 is where the bubble bursts, disillusionment sets in, and people think it's all a fake, it's all fake news about AI already. And to validate some of these, there have been some reports. So almost half of startups in Europe, it was found that they don't actually use AI. It is introduced for marketing purposes. So they again slap AI as a label on top of it to make it sell easily. And there was a company which was found that, in fact, many companies which claimed to use AI, but they actually used humans to do the work behind the scenes. So this was found out. And there are researchers who worry whether we are on the cusp of another AI winter. So, by the way, these are all last couple of years headlines. So this is the third scenario. Right? So interesting quote here: before we worry too much about artificial intelligence, do we do something about natural stupidity? So those are the 3 scenarios.